It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white
Oh
as a
no.
newborn babe's. Rabbit, lad. That's what gets my juices flowing.
Oh no. What can I do?
Can you identify this tool?
No,
Did you ever see Fitzgerald at Peagram's Dig?
I never heard of either of 'em.
How can I get the wire
I'll
from
see
him?
you later. As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed this piece of wire.
Are you serious? And then what? Do that?
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire.
That's the worst thing you
I
could
knew
do.
it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Okay, now we get flashlight as well. Let's go down.
It was the lever which locked the trap door.
Well, let's unlock it then. Oh, great. No.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
What can we do? We can go up. We can
It was the...
do nothing, and... Wait, that's it? We're not actually gonna fix the beer pumps? I thought there was a flashlight down here. But there's nothing else to click on. Are you serious? That's it? We're not even gonna fix anything?
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Oh no.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
I like how he sounds pretty sinister as well, Khan. So what, we can't actually go down there? We need some sort of ladder. Okay. What am I gonna do about that? Should I look at the hint again? I don't really want to.
It was impossible to...
Actually, there's no hint, so never mind. Does opening the trap...
Now I could see.
Oh.
I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight
I see.
easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
Yeah, that's the gem. The game's not even letting you do this, it's just doing it automatically.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
A packet of chips. Alright, so now what do we have? We have a tap. And nothing else to click on, and...
It was the barman's flashlight. It was a large blue gemstone.
Alright, well let's look at
It
this.
was a rusty faucet. The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
That's kind of gross.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Okay. There's nothing else we can do down here, though. Nope. Should I talk to him?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I found your flashlight.
So I see it. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Phew. What a beauty. I bet you wish that was real, don't you?
Look, I gotta be going.
Okay, so let me just look at this again. There's a faucet, and I don't see any beer pump down here. I don't understand what I'm meant to fix. Maybe that's just a red herring, and I don't really need to care about it.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket.
Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
Okay.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car.
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart.
Okay.
Killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Okay.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle. His own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
No, I'll look after the
You
haystack.
don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Yeah, you do that.
He
And
strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Who would be silly enough to climb the stack of hay? Who indeed?
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland. There was a narrow crack between two of the stones where the centuries-old mortar had crumbled away.
Okay.
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Really?
I inserted the end of the
Amazing.
lead key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Well, climb up then. Goat. Alright, what do we have here? We don't have anything to click on. Oh, we can go down. And what's this?
It was a rusted piece of iron. Maybe part of a plow or something.
Well, let's play with it. Because, you know, when you find rusted pieces of farm machinery, what do? You play with it. Fail.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Okay, apparently that's what I was meant to do the whole time. Would he have stopped me from going down if I didn't do that? I think so. Not sure really. Alright, let's go down. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? I do hope we get some puzzles down here. It has been quite a while since the last one. What's this? And look at this ceiling.
The sack contained a fine white powder.
It's heroin.
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris.
Oh,
I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
well that's not very fascinating.
I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
So you took a handful of powder and put it in your pocket. And it's plaster of Paris. Amazing. So there's roots down here. It's some sort of basement. And look at that ceiling. That's amazing.
Behind the altar was a carved panel decorated with animals, birds, and plants.
Animals, birds, and plants.
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
5 holes. Nope.
I tried in vain to move the panel. I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
Okay. Huh. So we can click on the knight and...
It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving.
that's a Templar.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, push him back up.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
That's the most amazing sand I've ever seen. Look at how clean that is.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Do I need water? I do, don't I? Oh crap, I need to go back and wet the tile with water.
The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster. It was a rectangle of toweling printed.
Alright, let's go back. Well, I think I do. Let me just click on this, see what happens.
I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement.
Okay, so I need, yeah, I need water. And I'm guessing that's what the towel is for. Just go back and back. Again, I really do appreciate the speed with which we move through the screens. Like in older games, you'll have to walk slowly from one side of the screen to the other.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Alright. Towel.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
You just put a wet
I shut
towel
off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
in your coat pocket. That's amazing. Alright, so we got some water. Go back up. And down. And plaster. And
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body. The towel was soaked through with water.
water. Ew, it's black.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
How long do I have to wait? I thought plaster takes like a day to set.
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.